Now we got the whole partners again. And this one is kind of like mixed. Because my little predictions was, okay, let's see a little bit of Dust Bloods. Let's see a little bit of Elden Ring. You know, I want to see Elden Ring. You know what I mean? I wanted to look into that. And, you know, this is something that we're going about into this. There is some surprising little things here. Some rumors that were confirmed. And some that were just like obvious. Some of them already we kind of knew. Nintendo has been honestly, has been very strategic with this because they usually leave all the big stuff for the bigger directs, the hour directs, the ones that, you know, they pop off. We'll talk about the console. We'll talk about everything. We're gonna put all the better games because they never just do first party on their own directs. There's always a little bit of something in the background. You know what I mean? Seeing Monster Hunter Stories 3 and for their graphics, it looks pretty damn decent. You know, yeah, there are going to be some games that are not going to appeal to everybody. There's going to be some shovelware where there's just going to be some shitty games. And this game does look pretty damn good for the Switch 2. But like, it's a matter of not just graphics, it's a matter of how the developer develops the game too as well. Because a trailer's one thing, but playing the game is another thing. Playing it and actually running the game is a totally different thing. And sometimes it's misrepresented. Sometimes it's just really false in some points. But that's something that tends to happen over time in regards of directs or just any kind of like showcase, you know, like in different like Gamescom, Microsoft, you know, Square Enix does its own thing, Sony PlayStation when they do their big the day of play and all that. You know, it really all depends. So you saw that it's gonna be for 26. It's not even for this year, but it's something brewing for the Monster Hunter fans, which is pretty damn cool. Now, they do a little bit of the showing off, like, oh, in the showcase, we're gonna be from now on, we're gonna be showing what's gonna be on the Switch 2 for both, or just the Switch 1. Excuse me. And let me see. Some Switch games may not be supported or fully compatible with the Switch 2. And that is very true because they're saying that because on the compatibility list, there is like a really, 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 really small substack of games that just don't run on the Switch 2. Either the devs are not going to go back and to fix it up or optimize it, or there's just some issue right now they're still having issues with. Like, I think even some of like the first party games like Smash Ultimate is having, they still have issues, I think, unless they already been resolved with an update and all that kind of stuff. But still, now that being said, we got Katamari again. So I noticed the frame rate issues. I'm like, this is a Switch 1 game for sure. Because I'm not gonna lie, Switch 2, from all the games I already have in my Substack in my videos, they've been running pretty well. There's maybe a few issues here and there, but you know, honestly, this is an old game too. Or like, if this is a new game, because I know there was an older game of the Katamari on the PS2, but you know, this is some older stuff. Now, yeah, Once Upon Katamari, 24th. Now you got Dance Dance Revolution. Honestly, I'm surprised Ubisoft is still in the game. I'm surprised that they're still doing this. So we're gonna skip over that. Let's see here. Now I am kind of happy for like the Dragon Ball fans, myself included. The Sparking Zero is coming to the Switch, so I think that's actually a big plus for people that you know let's say they don't want to be going onto the PC side, or they, Dragon Ball is gonna come over, like their previous games, like Kakarot, all the DLCs. Shoot, they're still releasing DLC for that game right now. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting game that they're bringing onto the Switch too, which is pretty nice. I think this one is gonna be November the 14th. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty quick. It's this year, so it's nice. It's nice to see. Now, this was the big shocker here. This is the one that hit the nostalgia for me, and it hit me in the brain, in the back of my head, because I actually loved this game. I had a conversation prior to this direct. I'm like, man, there's just so much content to Plants vs. Zombies. Like, it is very, very, very kind of like niche, or not talked about, because this game goes back. This game has a lot of content on its side. It has like the mainline story, and it's an old school kind of like tower defense game. And it was a computer game, and then it became a mobile port. And let's see, local co-op PvP. PopCap is still fucking alive, so that I'm kind of very glad that this is a thing still, because Plants vs. Zombies has a fan base, and I'm telling you right now, and if this is the case, that I'm just very happy for this game, because if you didn't get to play this, try it out. It's a lot of fun. It does get challenging. It's a challenging game, but it's very old school. It's very old school. If you buy this on the PC, it's just a regular Plants vs. Zombie Game of the Year edition, or this is the replanted edition. And honestly, I can't wait to get this. That's now football or soccer is coming into the fucking play. I was surprised to see the graphics on this, because this is FC 26. But then again, it's fucking it is EA, and they did say they were gonna bring soccer and football to the Switch too. And graphically, it does look fine to play. Now, innovation, all that, it's a whole lot of bullshit. Madden does all this marketing bullshit about their crap, and they just shovel shit all the time with their games. But if you're into a soccer game, it is coming back. Another one that I was kind of surprised that I didn't really see is this Pac-Man game. This is an old game back in the PS2 era. It's called Pac-Man World 2 Repacked. That's what it is now, but it's basically an open world Pac-Man game. People are gonna actually like this game. It's actually pretty decent. And it's just like if you want to compare it to a modern thing, DK Bonanza, open world game, fun little adventures. You got these linear levels. Some are not linear, and you just go around and do that. And that's just Pac-Man World. Pac-Man World is pretty fun. It's coming out pretty damn soon, so it's a jam-packed game. Now, this one right here, this is like an additional Final Fantasy Tactics game. They did all this. If you're into Final Fantasy, I haven't played a Final Fantasy in such a long time, and I never played Final Fantasy Tactics at all, period. But for the most part, this game is redone. But I think this is like the Chronicles edition or something like that. Hold on, let me see. The Valis Chronicles? If I pronounced that right. Supposedly a physical edition. It'll probably be some game key card or some shit. People have been saying that. That's like the current meme right now. It's the game key card. Alright, what games are going to be on the game key card? We're just going to have to see when they release. Honestly, you're going to have to look on Amazon. You're going to have to look everywhere to see where they're going to show off the box. They're going to show off the game. And then you're going to see if it's a game key card or is it not a game key card. You know what I mean? But, yeah. Rambling, I know I'm jumping back and forth, but Persona 3 Reloaded, Switch 2, and if I'm correct, yeah, Sega is back again. That friendly partnership with Nintendo and Sega has been pretty well. They always come out with some games. So honestly, Sonic, You got Persona. You got some other JRPGs in there, and it's just it's a jolly good time. If you're a big Persona fan, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have never played a Persona game. I have never owned a Persona game. So maybe this is the time to just get back into it and actually just play a Persona game for real. But I have to see the others, see if like they're gonna be on the Switch, or where I'm gonna play it, and all that kind of stuff. Now, this is the Age of Imprisonment. This was pretty cool. This was actually nice to see at least a little bit of Zelda, even though it's a third-party company gonna be making it. But, you know, there probably gonna be like some tie-ins from like, you know, the producers or X, Y, and Z from Nintendo themselves in regards to the direction of the story or whatnot. Or like even just art design or some shit like that in regards of Tears and Zelda and all that. Because this is looking more like, obviously, closer to Tears because it's like the event that happens before, you know, Tears happen. So this is gonna be a interesting game, and I'm actually ready to play it because the Hyrule games or the Warrior games, they ran like shit on the original Switch. So now with the Switch 2, how it's gonna run, it's a lot better. You know, obviously you're gonna get better frame rate, you know, stable, all that kind of good stuff. So, you know, that's just something more to be excited about. But yeah, that's something right there. And I think they give us a date on this game, which, oh yeah, I forgot this little cutscene. They always do this shit, and there's always a little semblance of something going on. Always to keep the story going, because we're gonna have to see where the story gonna go after Tears. So it's gonna be very, very interesting how this plays out. Now, oh, so they just show us, but they don't give us a date. That's fucking bullshit. But whatever, right? Whatever. Let's see here. Yeah, they don't give us a date. They just kind of show us off. Oh, Madden. If you're a big Madden fan, Madden is coming to the Switch, and it's functional. I have never been a fan of Madden. I haven't played Madden since 2008. That's like the 360. And I probably still won't play it because the devs, EA Sports has been holding the exclusive rights to make Madden games or NFL games. And I think we just need new developers. We need like a different direction. We need just more content for sports games to be fun. I remember when EA Sports or EA Big or, you know, certain departments at EA, when they used to make like NFL Blitz, you know, NFL, they put it, NFL like street games, all, you know, NBA Street, you know, 1, 2, and 3. Those games were pretty fun, but I wouldn't show this game off. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just not gonna support this, and it's just what it is. But if you're a big sports fan and you do like Madden, it is coming to the Switch too. Pretty cool, right? All right, now let's see here. August the 14th, you're gonna get that date. Now this is a one weird ass campfire game. We're gonna back up and see what the name is. Hold on, let me see. Chilling by the fire. This is like some like game. Like, I've been hearing this new term or genre. It's called friend slop. When you play games with friends, but it's like graphically, it's not like the most graphically prettiest game. It's a game that functions, and if it's fun, it's fun. Yeah, I laughed at this game. There's gonna be people playing it. There's people who are probably gonna have weird an experience with it. But yeah, that's that. Oh, later today. Yeah, later today. Yeah, we're moving on from that. Now, what is this? Oh yeah, Borderlands 4? No. Apex. Apex Legends is coming to the Switch, which is not a surprise at all because now graphics are up to date now, or kind of up to date on the Switch 2. So it's all right. You know, those free-to-play games are going to be heading over to the Switch 2, and if you're going to play, go ahead and play. That's just a thing. This is some rat game or mouse game called Helia. it is kind of strange. But it's like a co-op game, so you can kind of play with your friends and all that kind of stuff. Some little adventure you're gonna go on as a mouse. That's very strange. Star Wars Outlaws. Oh my god, man. This game is a choice. Screw Ubisoft, because they've been doing some weird decisions in the gaming industry in the past of their, like in the past at least 10 years. And one, it looks like shit. Two, this game is like a real big 7 out of 10 for what I've been seeing on like critic reviews and all that. And I've really been out of the loop of Star Wars. If you're a big Star Wars fan, you like it. No, I have no problem with you, but I don't know. Like, this ain't it, Chief. You know what I mean? It's coming to the Switch too. It's coming to the Switch too. But Ubisoft, I don't know, man. With that print of Ubisoft on it, I don't know what that company's gonna be about. Now, this game does look pretty cool, where it's showing you a bit of like some better graphics. It's a space game. It's called Chronos. It is basically like Dead Space, and it's actually coming to the Switch too. Now, graphically, is this game gonna be at its peak? Probably not, because it's obviously PC is always gonna be better, right? PC, Master Race, all that kind of nonsense, always gonna be better. So I'm already seeing a little issues here and there, but I'm gonna have to see additional gameplay for this, because I am very happy. Not a lot of games showed some gameplay. Like, there's some that did, but it was just like not enough. This game seems okay, but comparing it to the PC port, I wouldn't know. And the thing is too, and the reason why I'm saying this now about PC port, about all that, is because graphically PC's games are gonna be good, but recently, or not for a long time. I'm gonna scratch that. For a while, every now and then there's some PC games that just are shit on launch. The port is bad, something not running right graphically, or some bugs or something like that. They just don't optimize the games. They don't really put the effort into it. So I'm not gonna dog this game, and I will take a look and see how it looks on the Switch too. It is coming pretty damn soon. August we're gonna breathe August, and it's gonna be here. Yakuza. I played Yakuza 0. I have yet to make a video on it, or I did, but I played it on handheld. I gotta make a doc video on this, more gameplay. But the game runs perfectly fine. And these are older games. This is Kawaii. If I remember, Kawaii 2 right now they're showing off, but Kawaii 1 is actually gonna be with the release of this, and it's pretty nice. So if you're a big fan of the Yakuza fans, you best believe it, they're moving a lot of the stuff over to the Switch 2. They're gonna give it an upgrade. The game's gonna run pretty good. I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. This is Yakuza games. They just have so much. They have so much to do in the game. So, what's crazy is this is only a 25-minute partner direct, which is sad because we could have got more. Like I'm telling you, I was waiting for Dust Bloods. I was waiting for Elden Ring. Okay, I'm like, all right, show me a little something. You know what I mean? But I guess Nintendo has other plans. So yeah, November the 13th. So it's a couple months away, and then the first game will also be available as well. Oh, a digital bundle containing both. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see if there's a physical. If there's a physical, I'm gonna pick it up. I'm pretty okay with that. More likely, I already know they're probably gonna do a game key card about that. Now they do this whole all right, here we go. Okay. All right, yeah. So they do a little bit about throwing a bunch of games out there at once, like they usually do. Usually before they pop off on the main thing at the very end. some weird baby game, like you just simulate as a baby. NBA Bounce. I'm not gonna lie. Now this is something that Madden should do. Give us a little arcade game. Fuck my life, bro. Like give us something arcadey to fun. Throw our head in, 6v6 or 4v4 or whatever, and then just let us go have fun. You know what I mean? This is pretty cool. NBA Bounce. I'm wondering who's unless it's just the publisher is fucking Nintendo, but Outright Games is making this, and it looks fun. It has everybody. I love basketball more than anything, which is pretty cool. Now, if you're a girl or anyone really, Hello Kitty Adventure is here, fall of 25, and that's regular Switch. Romancing Saga 2: The Revenge of the Seven JRPG. It looks actually pretty damn good. I don't know how the story's gonna be, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Shinobi Art of Vengeance. This was showcased a while ago already, and we've been waiting for like Sega to do all these other games, because there's supposed to be like Crazy Taxi, there's supposed to be some other games, and we're waiting for that. But this does look good as a Shinobi game. Borderlands 4. I'm gonna need 2K Games, Gearbox, whoever. They need to fix Borderlands 3, because of what I've been seeing or hearing, that the graphics they need an update for like the Switch 2, but like the graphics for some reason is just not working correctly, so it's kind of unplayable, and that's something that needs to be addressed coming down to Borderlands. Borderlands 4 is here. It looks pretty good. It's looking like it's gonna run pretty well on the damn Switch 2, so that's pretty nice to hear and see. Now, and that's it. That was your little blitz. And then you got this fucking JRPG. You know what I mean? It's and what's weird about it, it's like a hack and slash. It's like not like a beat 'em up, but like it's a hack and slash style 2.5D game, like Octopath Traveler. You know what I mean? If you're a big fan of those games, I think you're gonna be a fan of this. It does look kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing is just what's the story gonna be like? What kind of weapons? What kind of like characters? All that kind of stuff. That's gonna be my take on it, and see how it goes. Because the thing is, I like JRPGs, but there's sometimes, man, the grind game is ridiculous. Like, Jesus Christ, let me progress. And there's like a mountain full of JRPGs out there. There's a mountain full, from older consoles to the new consoles. There's just a lot. This actually looks kind of like, all right, we could do something a bit different. Okay, we're not doing turns and all that. And I'm okay with that. Sometimes you don't have to do that all the time. You know what I mean? You gotta change it up, make it fun or something like that. But it does look pretty damn interesting. Look at that. It's a bullet hell. That's pretty cool. Fucking went from 2D to 3D. But yeah, this one looks interesting. I have to check this out and see how that plays out. But the last one, they're gonna show a demo after this, or it's gonna be available, and they didn't give you no fucking date on that. This next one, if you're a fan of the Octopath Traveler series, you got a prequel. 0. Now, does it connect? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. I have the original, and then I kind of just stopped there. I finished it, beat it, done it, and I didn't play 2. So if you're a fan like of those other 2 games, you got more of it coming your way. I think there's a market for everybody to play this. It is, for retro games and all that kind of stuff, and how they used to look to what they look now and what artists can do. This is a very smart and interesting way to design games, where it changes the world and gives it a fresh take and look to the games. Because coming down to like, even just before we even talk about the date, the fact that a lot of these games have really good like box art in general, or concept art, or all that kind of stuff. So I always like admired that you know that even like the older Final Fantasy games, like they like, oh, all right, you're gonna put a cool ass fucking title screen, you know, from you know Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's something that's pretty interesting about these 2D RPGs or JRPGs, or you know, those type of art styles is pretty interesting. So December the 4th is when this drops, which is pretty good. You got something here. You got a little bit of this, and Nintendo's being, I guess, you know, coming down to the end of it, because this is the last thing. But to finish this off in this video, Nintendo are saving the big hitters for fucking their own direct, the big one, because the partner showcase, it's like, I'm telling you, it's like, you go back a couple years ago, they were doing like these indie world games, and there was a bunch of indie games, and the Switch 1, now the Switch 2 have a lot of those games. They have a lot of the shovelware, the game's trash, or games are okay, or you know, that kind of stuff. And we're waiting for the big thing. We're waiting for that big lasagna piece on your dish. You're like, yo, I got the salad, I got the breadsticks, and I got the appetizers. All right, I want the big fucking meal. And that thing, at this point, we're just waiting for that. We're waiting for it to see if it's gonna be a 3D Mario, a 2D Mario. Hell, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with Mario at this point, because DK Bonanza, people were underestimated about that game, but that game fucking knocked it out the park. I'm telling you right now, that game is so fun, and it's only 8 gigabytes on a 64 cart. You got a full game, no early access bullshit. You know what I mean? It's the game. So it'll be a matter of time when we find out the next big hitter, and more likely for the Christmas season, because you already got Pokemon on the way. It is coming out. You got Metroid in the works right now. You know what I mean? If they don't show off Elden Ring or Dust Bloods at least by Christmas time and see what's going on, not for the Christmas sale, at least Elden Ring, at least, because Elden Ring's gonna move. Dust Bloods, I think that one needs, you know, maybe it needs time to brew, maybe it's on the finishing touches. Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows? But we're waiting for that to finish off, and we're waiting for Elden Ring. You know, when they showed off the Tarnished Edition, it comes with everything. It basically is just like how Dark Souls 3 did with the Fire Shades or the Fire King or something like that. It's some kind of like edition where it comes with the DLC as well with Dark Souls 3 and other titles they did. You know, so that's something to look forward to. This one was mixed for me. It's like, it's not mediocre. It wasn't the best though. It was just all right. All right, we got some decent titles, some decent titles. You got some throwaway titles, and that's pretty much it. You did notice though that in some of the JRPGs, if not 2 of them, they got a lot more airtime. You know what I mean? Because stories in the beginning took a little piece of it. Then you got like the Age of Imprisonment, takes a little piece of it, shows off the trailer, then they talk about it for a little tad bit. And in 25 minutes, you know what I mean, 25 minutes does take a little bit. So another thing too, to add to all this, the 8th biggest earthquake happened around Japan, and it hit all of the eastern seaboard, like all that eastern part of the country. So that one is unfortunate. Hopefully everybody got out and made it out alive. Hopefully there's not a lot, you know, not a lot of people are affected by that. But it is very, very unfortunate to hear that, you know what I mean? So we don't know if there are going to be delays on anything. We don't know if, like, you know, if big Nintendo stuff got delayed for certain things. We just have to see. Right now, they're probably just going through the thick of it, honestly. They're just going through all the the recovery, and we'll just see how that turns out. And I had to bring that up because this is just recent. You know what I mean? This was just recent, so it's like, you know, oh, we're gonna be happy for Nintendo, but like, holy shit, like the whole country just got dealt with the earthquake. So that's something that had to be said, at least about that. These are my thoughts. You know what I mean? You're not gonna agree with them. Take it to the comments. Tell me what you think about it. This whole direct. A lot of people were saying, this is bullshit." But there's happy gamers out there. I'm happy for Plants vs. Zombies. If we could get a physical condition, you know, a physical edition, I'll be perfect with that. I do have the original on the computer, but I want to see the additional stuff in that. You know what I mean? I do want to see, I do want to get Yakuza. I want to see how Chronos runs more in the gameplay. You know, stories seem pretty cool, but it was just a trailer. 26, we'll have to wait for the gameplay. Because trailers are one thing, like I told you, and it could be another thing when it comes to the gameplay. Age of imprisonment, where's the fucking date? Like, okay, you showed me this again. Like, alright, well, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Are we releasing this Christmas? Or are we not? Are we just talking about it? Like, you know what I mean? And another thing, too, another kart racing game. I don't know. I want like another racing game. I know Asphalt Legends hit the Switch recently. And here's the sneaky thing about Nintendo. They start popping off videos on their main YouTube channel. If you go to the main YouTube channel, they're just starting to pop off some videos here and there. I'll see some in the app, on their Nintendo app, news app or whatever. But they just sneakily just pop them off. Third party, whatever. It could be a mainline game, maybe some animation. I know the Pokemon Present happened, and the only thing that was kind of good about it was Pokemon Z, and that was basically it. And everything else was kind of like mobile games, you know. Talk about the tournament and all that kind of shit. So it's like, holy shit, like Nintendo's weird. Nintendo's like kind of getting covert a little bit, and they just like, if you don't look at the main YouTube channel, you know, you gotta look a little deeper, see what the hell they're releasing, all that kind of shit. So, but yeah, you know, that's all I got. If you like the video, dislike the video. Other than that, leave your thoughts about this direct. What games you're hyped for, what games you're not hyped for, and just see where it goes. See where it goes, because, you know, Nintendo is probably getting ready for this holiday season, but the thing is, I wanted to know what they got under the tank. But what are we gonna get for online games, like the Switch, the Nintendo the Switch online classic games? You know what I mean? Like, are we gonna get additional games or something? That's something that we need to know as gamers. Especially, we have an appetite for more games, especially on the Switch 2, like, because we need them. Like, this was okay, but like, bitch, bring out the entree, okay? Like I said, we got the salad, breadsticks, but where's the fucking the meats? Where's that at? But that's all I gotta yap about. I hope you have a nice day. Peace.